It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. About
stage here, though play pretty carefully. Take a look at this, folks. How often do you see this? He has seen a couple of players. This is some incredible interception from him. We'll go ahead because Cypher
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
What's going on, everyone? We're gonna do that again. I just realized my mic was on mute. Sorry about that. Welcome. We are in PWN SCRIMS. This is a team that's gonna take part in the League Ego Invitational. That's scheduled for next week. We got PWN Red on defense and PWN Blue on attack today. So we're on Agent Select. It's going to be an interesting one. We're going to do a best of 3 guys today. It's going to be Ascent, Icebox and Split. So let's take a look at what we're seeing here on Agent Select. On the defenders side, we're seeing Jay Jacob go with Cypher. We saw him put in those awesome performances on our last scrims.
Your agent.
10 seconds to go. Looks like we've got pretty much Phoenix, Cypher, Reyna, Sova, Brim. A well-balanced lineup on the attacker side. On the defender side, we got Cypher, Raze, Sova, Omen, and Sage. So this looks like it's going to be fun, guys. Let's head straight into it. So there we have it, folks. The teams have the teams are pretty much set off, and it looks like we are going to get going any second now with this match. Let's take a look at how the teams are lining up. We've got Sova and Omen guarding A side on the side of Team Red, and it looks like it's going to be a B push from Team Blue. Here you can see a very duelist heavy lineup here. Reyna Phoenix looking to head this attack into B main, Sova and Brimstone as well for company. We've got Cypher here as well, starting out in mid lane. Probably going to get some info with that camera, so let's see what happens here. Sage has promptly walled off at mid, and in goes Reyna almost immediately. They do have Raze looking, and an instant headshot from Sense Den gets flashed on the return from Phoenix, but is able to get out of the way, gets the bomb buddy out. And Cypher here watching from second lane. An excellent angle here with that camera from Cypher. He does get spotted out. Cryman has to get out of there. He doesn't have an option. The spike going down on B main, and it's going to be Sage, Suhail, who is on that stage today, along with Daniel, who are going to take firm control of the first round.
One enemy remaining.
And looks like Team Blue are down to their last player. It is Crime Sci-Fi on mid link. Will get taken down as well. A good headshot coming in from Omen. And the first round in the bag for the defenders. It is Team Red. And it's going to be Sage, Suhail
to begin with,
who is on the first few picks, coming out of D main, making a firm control of the first round, and capitalizing on that. Looks like Team Blue are down to their last player. It is Crime Sci-Fi on mid link, and Cypher will get taken down as well. A good headshot towards the end of that. It looks like Team Blue is lining up for an A push second round. Let's look at their economy. They have gone for a full save. The Sova Recon is going to give out that information. A one-way smoke in play as the team goes in with those classics. Heavy damage coming in with those Spectres, and the Sova shocked out as 3 kills coming in early on. Omen and Sova are locking down the site. Sova here pretty much is ready for the next peak as well, and may go for another kill. Definitely doing a lot of damage on both Brimstone and Sova, both down to 22 HP. And I wouldn't expect they had too many hopes for in the second round with just those classics. But of course, the blind coming in here as Omen will push out for that kill, and Sova will finish it off as well. So a second round in the bag for Team Red, looking strong on defense, but of course this was a half buy, guys. Let's keep that in mind. A lot of damage on the economy and Sova, both down to 22 HP. As I wouldn't expect they had Team Red hopes for in the second round with just those classics, but of course the blind coming in here as Omen will push out for that kill, and Sova will finish. Easy push out there from Omen and Sova. A good hold, I have to say, and with that with those Spectres. But now of course Team Red are gonna go on to play that bonus round. It does look like, there you go, apart from Cypher, pretty much everyone else is on those Spectres, and the play coming in from Team Blue looks like they're walking down catwalk. Phoenix with that flash going out, but Omen with the counter blind gets the reverse pick on Travis, who was on the Phoenix. It's all looking a little bit chaotic here as Team Red have taken a lot of picks. 3 players down. Team Blue continuing on to this onslaught, trying to force their way into A side, down to just their last player. It looks like he's going to get taken down as well. That was chaotic, and Team Red are going to go ahead and pick up those free Vandals. It's all looking a little bit chaotic here as Team Red have bonus round in the bag as well. The Skola taken a lot of picks. 3 players down. Team Blue continuing on to this onslaught, trying to force their way into A side. Was trying. It was definitely worth going for that. On that, it was a full buy for them, of course, and maybe push on either side instead of going through mid and risking all that utility and equipment. Of course, Team Red in a very strong position. Take a look at their economy now. Team Blue is gonna go in with a half buy, it looks like right now. Once again, they look like they are outside on B main. Almost all of them, all 5 of them in fact, on B main with those half buys. Brown Cookie here on that Reyna. He's got a Sheriff in his hands. What damage can we see from him today, folks? And they're going to take it a bit slow. Team Red, Cypher here has picked up the kill on Crimer. So it looks like Team Blue is going to be down 1 player as they continue their push into B side. The drone coming in from Sova. Looks like Raze is going to get spotted out here. Continues to hold this angle though. The blind coming in from Reyna, but Sohail on the stage will get the pick on Reyna. And Team Blue looks like are retreating. Daniel is going to chase that kill, will pick up the pick on Phoenix, but gets traded almost instantly by Sova.
30 seconds left.
Cover going out.
Okay, that's helpful. Thanks. How to fix that?
10 seconds left.
It's all looking a little bit chaotic here as Team Red have taken a lot of picks. 3 players down. Team Blue continuing on to this onslaught, trying to force their way into A side, down to just their last player. It looks like he's gonna get taken down. Alright, it looks like a 4th round is in the bag for Team Red, who is on the defense. Their economy is continuing to bloat here. Sage is pretty much on 9,000. On the other hand, here Team Blue looks like they're going to go with a scattered buy this time. Sova does look like he has a full buy. So does Phoenix and Reyna. But it's going to be Brimstone and Cypher who are going to go with the Spectres and half buys. Is it a split approach here? No, it looks like they're all scattered outside of A main. So with that first shock dart coming close to Reyna, is going to follow that up with a drone, and he will spot out Reyna here, who will be forced to retreat. Meanwhile, take a look at this, folks. Crymer is trying to walk his way into B main. Remember, Crymer is playing on the Cypher today. Phoenix on top mid, just trying to get a little bit more information. Sova here looks like he's in a more advanced position, and look at this, he does have the spike on him as well, and he's gonna try and walk into A shot. I'm not sure if Omen is picked up on this, and he hasn't, and Sova is gonna pick up a sneaky kill on Omen. Makes his way onto site as his team pushes in as well. This looks like a good push from Team Blue, finally getting control of a site, and looks like we're gonna be looking at a 4v3, my apologies, as 3 players from the defender side. Here you go, Sage is already on tree. I don't think there's a risk for him to enter here because A shot is pretty much clear. Daniel here on the race is gonna go for that push onto Heaven, throws the nade, a good nade onto Generator, and coming back into cover. Can he get the pick on Sova? He does eventually land that headshot. Brim on towards tree, and it is down to just the Sage, but Brown Cookie is gonna pick up that final kill, and it is going to be the first round for Team Blue on Ascent, on attacking. So we're looking at 4-1. The nade, a good nade onto Generator, and coming back into cover. Can he get the pick on Sova? He does eventually land that headshot. It's a bit chaotic. Sorry guys, I'm also trying to fix my audio issues, so I'm like not always looking at the game. But yeah, that was a good round. Raze with that sneaky kill and that useful nade to push Brim out of Generator, which really allowed Sage to come in and get that pick on him. And of course, in the end, Brown Cookie on that Reyna is gonna pick up the round. Once again, Team Blue looks like they have assembled outside of B, and the Phoenix ult is going to get nullified because of the Cypher trap almost immediately. And Phoenix here falling back a little bit, just trying to catch off the flank. The Hunter's Fury coming out of Sova, gets a pick on Skywalker, Brimstone, who was in B main, and Sova is going to continue looking down into mid. He's got an AWP in his hands. Phoenix is looking to challenge that angle, but for now, take a look at this second round. We're seeing this happen. Cypher lurks into a site pretty much unchecked, and he does seem to have the site in control. He's setting up his utility, and Sova gets spotted out here. He's going to get tagged by that cam, but he has enough time to take off the dart. He tries to challenge Cypher with that shock dart, a second shock dart, as well as Team Blue realizes that the A side is probably a better option at this point of time, and Sova is just going to have to wait for the rest of his teammates to plan this retake. We are looking at a 3v2. The attackers here down to just 2 players, and once again it is Reyna who is going to play out of that A main. We saw him do this in the last round. Heavy fire coming in from Heaven. Reyna will pick up the first kill and gets traded out. It looks like we're looking at a 1v1. Cypher versus Cypher. Is going to be Cryman who comes out on top of it. And it's going to be a second round. That could have been dangerous, but it's going to be a second round in the bag for Team Blue. Let's take a look at this, folks. Reyna once again holding off that A main angle, getting a good first headshot, getting traded out, but Cypher doing well enough to pick off Raze entering from tree, and of course taking care of Cypher, who was already on site. I think it's fair to say that this matchup has been pretty balanced so far. We saw the defenders getting a good start in the beginning, but Team Blue have pulled back a couple of rounds here, and once again, as they have always done so far on this map, they are starting out at mid-lake, and Crime here baiting Cypher out without removing the tag. It is a bold move, but he went for that headshot and he managed to get it, and the wall's going to break here, but Omen is Soba's waiting for them on the other side. Will get a pick on Phoenix, and Omen from top mid will pick up Crime as well, and all of a sudden Team Blue are down to just their last player, who will get taken down as well, as Team Red puts a 5th round on the board, and the score now moves to 5-2. It looks like Team Blue needs to probably come up with something different here. Pushing a side together isn't working out for them. We were with Omen on that on his ultimate from the shadows, but it looks like the action was elsewhere. Nevertheless, we are at 5-2, folks, and this is starting to look a little bit in the favor of the defenders for now, but of course that can change as we continue to watch. And it looks like once again Team Blue are pretty much on B side. 3 of them in B main, as Tenel's nade is gonna pick off Phoenix. A good nade there from him. Cypher once again lurking outside A main with a Sheriff. It looks like they have gone in for the half buys. Yes, it is a half buy round for Team Blue. Cypher here making his way in.
B.
And Cypher's position here is going to get caught out because of the ult from the opposition. Cypher, and he is exposed to Sova, who may look at him from mid link, and if he does, that will be the end for Crime. Looking at a 1v5. They do seem to have a general awareness of where his position is, but Sova is going to come in and take that last kill as well. 6th round on the board for Team Red, and a 4-round lead. Of course, it was a half by for Team Blue, so let's see what they can come up with this time around. It's a good flawless round for Team Red. Of course, it helps with the economy. Let's take a look at the economies for now. Full buys on both sides for now, but take a look at the numbers on the side of the defenders. They're good for another couple of rounds easily. Even if they do lose back-to-back rounds, they should be okay. In terms of Team Blue's setup, it looks like B main is clear, and that is established by Cypher pushing out of B main. Almost 4 players here at A main, as Brim definitely considered ulting the A main side. Taking some damage from that nade, but falling back as Team Red here. Take a look at Cypher. He has reached mid, and he's gonna pick off Brown Cookie. That's a good flank from him. Cypher, can he continue his push? He is watching top mid with his cam. He's gonna pull out his knife and walk into A shot for now to support his team's push, his team's defense off A side here. Denel is gonna get picked up here. He was on A side. It was a kill that they got earlier, and now the equation is back to 5v3, folks, as Team Red have solidified their position. Cypher is still holding off on A shot, monitoring what is happening in the top, and meanwhile a couple of picks coming off here, and Brimstone looks like the last player alive on the side of Team Blue. On the attacker side, he's going to come face to face with Sage in just a second, and that's going to be another round in the bag for Team Red. So defenders are looking pretty strong, their economies are looking pretty strong, and those peaks on A main didn't really do what they were hoping for them, and Brimstone was the last one. Gets caught off by Sage. Just bad timing, you have to say, but of course can't take any credit away from anyone who's who's aiming for the head. Some banter in the all chat, folks. Let's take a look at this. It looks like Team Blue is in mid lane coming out. Phoenix has boldly stepped out, gets a pick on Cypher as well as Sova will pick up Brimstone with his ult. Sage walking out to the smoke will take the trade on Phoenix. This is chaotic. Take a look at this. A good headshot here from Sage. It is down to just Crymer, it looks like, who will get taken down by Omen at a shot. So a little bit chaotic there from Team Blue. They came out of mid link. Phoenix getting the first pick as well on Cypher, and it looked like that was going to be that could get converted into something more meaningful, but too many picks exchanged, and of course the defenders once again holding off from a shot, and Omen picking off Cypher in the end to secure that round. We're looking at 8-2. This is starting to look a little bit one-sided, and unless Team Blue can come up with a couple of more rounds, I'm afraid they won't really have anything to defend on defense. But for now, it looks like they have finally adopted a more split approach, and this is something that we have seen working well on a map like Ascent. Reyna here in B main is going to come out with that with the blind.
Cage triggered.
Ooh, what a headshot through the Cypher cage. That is unfortunate as Brown Cookie goes down, and it looks like a Crymer has pulled out the ult, and he's going to come face to face with Sage. Will get that pick. It looks like a 4v2 situation for Team Blue. Another pick from Crymer. He gets traded out, but he's done his job as PWN SCRIMS is the last player alive on the side of Team Blue. On the side of Team Red, my apologies, as he makes his way through top mid. He's going to have a go, of course. They have enough money. The economy is really not a concern. But can we see something special? Because that's what it will need for Team Red to pick up this round. He does look like I think he's figured out that he's short on time, and he's going to go ahead and try and go. He tried his best, but Iron Maiden here from Heaven was able to hold off that spike plant. It seemed pretty easy in the end. There was nobody on site, as you can see, as from PWN Sense then coming in. That shock dart doing some damage, and the follow-up shock dart bringing him down to just 4 HP, and Sova finishing things off. This is going to be interesting for us to see. We're at 8-3. This is not an easy situation to be in, guys. When you've lost 8 rounds in the first half, it's quite a mountain to climb. And Team Blue for now looks like they have lined up outside A main, at least Sova and Brimstone with the spike. A good pick from Brown Cookie on mid link. Looks like he has opted the person at A shot, and it's the pick of Suhail who is on the Sage. Still sticking around in mid.
Cage triggered.
Crymer just checking the angles with his camera as Phoenix coming in. Getting an important pick on Sensden. That is a second pick. We're looking at a 5v3 now. And a B side that's pretty much completely empty. Travis is going to go ahead for the wraparound and make sure that his team doesn't get flanked from CT, as surely Team Blue is going to take control of B side and go for the spike plant, but unfortunately the spike is still on top mid. They've gone for the fights instead, and Team PWN Blue is down to just their last player. It is Omen, who will rush Brim, who is trying to pull the ult out on him. It's a 2v1 right now. Can Omen do something special here? Cypher is a little bit low. He has control of the spike, as you guys can see this. And well played together, Reyna and Cypher with the blind, and Cypher picking up that final kill. It got a little bit too close there, more than it had to be, if I'm being quite honest. But Team Blue salvaging that round in the end. As you guys can see, the teams played it well together. Well, we're at halftime now. The score is 8-4, which is not a bad score. It's a fairly balanced score. Ascent is a fairly balanced map, but we have seen comebacks of all sorts, and it's going to be down to how Team Red is going to attack. And how Team Blue can hold them off. Of course, Team Blue pistol round is going to be extremely important once again. We have seen
Cage triggered. Our spike carrier is
sorry about that break. We are back. It looks like a few knocks exchanged and defenders doing well here. Crime picking up a third pick and looks like it's down to just Sova, who is going to get picked off as well. So at the loss of just 2 players, the defenders have picked up a round and the score has now moved up to 8-5 as Team PWN Blue have started the second half well, it has to be said. Picking up that first pistol round, which can be so crucial, and of course this really does help their economy significantly. Crime here is setting up on A side, as you guys can see, and on the side of B it looks like we're gonna see Brimstone pretty much anchoring along with the help of Reina and Phoenix. So Team PW and Red
Stim beacon down.
do have a couple of players outside B, so I this is not a bad read from Team Blue at all. And there you go, you can see the push coming in from Phoenix and Reina. Together the flashes. This is some extremely aggressive play here. They've lost a couple of players, but they have done enough damage. But the equation is down to just a 2v5, a 3v2 and now a 3v1. So Skywalker coming in from behind and supporting that push. That could have gone badly for Team Red, but unfortunately for Team Blue. But Brimstone was there to control the damage. It's down to just Cypher, who's going to take the peak from spawn. He is down to just 19 HP. And with only a classic in his hands, it looks like he is going to get chased down from the remaining members of Team Red. Team Blue, my apologies. Cypher here has gone all the way around. Spawn is coming through. Catwalk here, but he doesn't have control of the spike, so unless he goes and picks up that spike, there's really not much that we can expect here. Sova's holding off the angle from B main and Cypher holding off the angle towards mid link from spawn, as you can see, and it's going to be a Cypher versus Cypher once again. And with only 19 HP, there was only so much that we could expect from him as Team Blue pick up another round. And this is what I was talking about, guys. The pistol round is so crucial in games like this, where the first half has been one-sided, for the team to really come back. And we're seeing that in action here as Cypher and Sova looking like they are wanting to set up on the side of Team Blue on A site. And once again, it's going to be Reina, Phoenix and Brimstone on the side of B. Phoenix is probably going to play towards market. And that has worked out well for them so far. On the attacker side, it looks like once again it's a B heavy push. We do have Cypher at top mid, as you guys can see on your maps, but Sova with the spike is headed towards B main. He's got Raze for support in front of him. Raze is going to go for that ultimate orb. Some utility exchanged here from both sides. That is an interesting choice from Reina, using the blind to sneak into the logs position, as Team Blue finally deciding, Team Red finally deciding that they don't want to make the push into B main and have made their way towards mid link. But take a look at this, Crime picking up 2 crucial picks from a shot and making the equation a 5v3. He is low on HP, he's down to 40 HP, but holding down A side pretty well from a shot, getting those picks as well. Team Red, you really need to rally their troops here. They're down to just 3 players. And looks like they are doing that mid to A shot move, as you guys can see.
30 seconds left.
Changing plans here. Sova with the shock dart will get a kill on Travis, who is on the Phoenix for PWN Blue. Another pick here as Team Red will pick up another player. Sense Den picking up 2 kills here. Do they have time for the plant? I think they're just half a second late. And yes, they're just half a second late. That money is going to help. But that was some move from Sense Den and Raze in that last round, getting those 2 crucial picks and making the way for Sova to really enter site and go for the plant. But it came down to the wire, didn't it? That was pretty close. I'm sure they won't be disappointed by that. But on the other hand, Team Blue, Team PWN Blue has brought things, have turned things around really from an 8-4 scoreline at halftime. We're now looking at 8-7 in terms of the economies. Team Red surely are down to a half by at least a couple of players, as you guys can see, and Team Blue are looking much stronger in terms of their economies. They've got full buys. Team Red here trying to force the issue. Raze has made the way in. Is going to get spotted out and caught in Cypher's trap wire, and Brimstone is going to capitalize on the pick. Sova here going for the wraparound but changing his mind midway. It looks like Team Red have taken complete control of B site here, as you guys can see. The spike has gone down and now they're just settling into their post plant positions. Sova here will pick up another kill on Brown Cookie as Reina goes down, and Sova is somewhat trapped in B main, getting exposed as well with that Sova reveal, and the shock dart could be lethal for him. He's down on the reload. Will get taken down by Travis as they come in for the defuse. It's down to just Sova, who is on the CT side. Couldn't get that spray on accurate enough, and Sage is gonna pick off that kill from Boathouse. Team Red doing well here. The first round of this half for them, they really went for it. If you guys see in B main, we saw Raze with that double satchel, just jumping into site and just taking a firm control, and then of course there was really no way they were going to lose from that position. 9-7 it looks like as Team Red pick up their first round of this half. Once again, this just goes to prove, folks, that Ascent is a defensive sided map, something that we've known. Aggressive start here from Travis. He comes out with the ult, gets taken down without doing too much damage. It does look like he may have done just a little bit damage on Raze. But after that aggressive start, it looks like things are going to settle just a bit. In fact, Sova pulls out the Hunter's Fury on the side of Team Red, hoping to tag or get some damage. Iron Maiden will get a pick on Raze, but it will get almost instantly traded by Omen. It looks like Sage is going to prioritize this revive, and they may just get away with it. So the equation is back down to a 5v4. Scratch that, is a 4v4 because Cryman has just picked up a kill on Sova at A main and has pulled down his ult as well. And take a look at that rotation on the top left of your screens as they've realized that B site is completely open. But Team Red are in fact trying to walk back into A site. Cypher is watching his camera as his camera gets taken down, and he knows he is being attacked here. Here comes the Raze ult. He's searching for Cypher. He is behind generator. I don't think he's aware. He pushes. He goes for the ult on Heaven. Doesn't get much purchase there. His bomb buddy is going to give him more information about Reina's whereabouts. And it looks like Team Red has managed to get the plant down. And we're looking at a 3v3 here as Team Blue coming from A Heaven. Reina here gets the pick on Sage. There is another player under Heaven. I'm not sure he's aware. He is not aware. Gets taken down. And I think Brim has realized that those shots came from under Heaven. And both players are on either side of under Heaven, and that is unfortunate for Travis. He ran out of bullets at just the wrong time, and that is going to be another round in the bag for Team Red. It was a good attempt on a retake from Team Blue, but of course that crossfire setup under Heaven came to good effect as Team Red pick up the second round in this half, and the scoreline now moves to 10-7.
Cover going out. Shadows traveling.
All right, Team Red once again. I think they look energized by those two victories. They're making their way into mid. It looks like a mid to B push. A good blind coming in from Omen as Sage will wall off the deep mid and make sure that there's not going to be a push from Market. But take a look at the position of these two defenders. They are inside Boathouse. One of them has been spotted out, and Sohail on the Sage will pick up both those kills coming in. And what a flawless round we have come to see here from Team Red. I thought those positions on Boathouse were pretty good and pretty smart, but they got spotted out, and Sage from that first lane getting two back-to-back headshots to clear the site, and a flawless round coming in for Team Red. The scoreline of 11-7. And this game is starting to really turn towards Team Red at this point, it has to be said. Team Blue started off well in the second half, but Team Red here has pulled off something special. Once again, it looks like they are preparing for a B push, starting with an Omen Paranoia through B main. Sova's drone, they're going to try to get some information. Cypher has seen him. He is on site. Crime, we've seen him before as well, but Raze is going to come out on top of that gunfight, and just like that, Team Red once again have taken a firm control over B side, and they're going to now probably go for the sports plan positions. The Brim ultimate, a good one, it has to be said, as Travis will take the trade on Suhail, who picked off Brim once again. And the spike has gone down in the meantime, folks. We're looking at a 4v2 hold. This surely should be in another round in the bag for Team PWN, as Sova gets spotted out in Market. He does have an AWP. He's going to try and save it. Take a look at this. It is not going to happen, sir. Sense Den on the Raze is going to go ahead and pick up that last kill. He's not going to allow Team Blue save that operator, and that might just make a big difference, because Team Blue is extremely low on funds, and they're going to be forced to go into match point with an eco round. Things are looking really difficult here, and Team Red, Sova has picked up an AWP. In fact, they have an AWP on the attacker side, and this time it looks like it's going to be an A push. Pretty much everyone is on the A side, and take a look at this from the defender side. They have left A side empty, and they've tried to force the issue here by pushing out of B main. You know, this is not a bad strategy at all, but they've just got it wrong because they're in the wrong site, as the whole of Team Red have made their way through catwalk. Take a look at Crimea's position though. The timing on that peak could not have been worse for Crimea. Travis here from behind, getting a 3 kill, gets his ult active. He's gonna go for it. Has he just saved this round for Team Blue? It looks like he has. The last enemy here is inside A side and will get taken down. Of course, Cypher is gonna play that one smart. He does not have spike control. It is with Brim on A shot, but Cypher here is trying to make his way in.
Gun here.
It's not going to go for the spike immediately, as the defenders
Gun here.
hold on to the spike for now. So that 3k from Travis, it has to be said, changed the round. I think he saved the round for them, as Cypher now slowly makes his way towards A shot. This is a good crossfire setup. I think Sova may have got a glimpse of him already. Cypher is on 150 HP, so those headshots could make a difference here. He's got 18 seconds to work with. That was a good attempt from him, but of course they were always going to double peak a situation like that, and Team Blue will pick up that round. It was a bold move from them. They did push out of B main in the starting of the round, guys, but unfortunately Team Red were all set up outside of A site, and it was really Phoenix on A shot with that wraparound. I think it was, picked up those 3 important kills, got his ult, and pretty much pulled the round back for Team Blue. Team Red once again are favoring the A side. It looks like Crymat is going to go ahead for this peak early on. The Cypher Cam comes out and so does the Sova Dart. So Crymat has been exposed here. They are aware of his position and looks like Team Red wants to come in quickly. Sova's Hunter Studi coming out here. Daniel coming in with a double satchel. Gets taken down by Cypher. Meanwhile, Cypher does get tagged by Sova's shock dart and the ult. Down to just 19 HP. And that will be the end of him. As the A side control has been lost. Brimstone has rotated out from heaven. A second pick here from Omen. This is looking more and more like a round that's going to go in the favor of Team Red. Just the two defenders now to manage this retake between Reyna and Brimstone. And take a look at this. Sage has gone ahead and gone for the revive. So the Raze, Daniel who was on the Raze is back up again. And now we're looking at a 5v2. Trading kills here, but it's down to just the last player. It is going to be Brimstone. Gets a kill, but that is going to be the round for Team Red, and the map as well as Ascent goes in the favor of Team Red. That was an interesting match, folks. 13-8, a good way to start the best of 3 for sure for Team Red. An 8-4 scoreline at halftime. I think it was pretty balanced, but Team Red, they had a tough start to the second half. They lost the pistol round, they lost the second round, and I think they almost lost the bonus as well. But doing well in the end. Of course, the match MVP for that game is going to go to PWN Chile with those 23 kills out of just 10 deaths and an average combat score of 314. In terms of first bloods, it's going to be Cypher, and that's not something that you see very often. Cypher with those 4 first bloods coming out on top there, and an interesting matchup for sure. We're going to be back, guys, with map number 2, and it's going to be Icebox. So stick around, don't go anywhere, and we'll be back soon. Take a look at this, folks. How often do you see this? He has seen a couple of players. This is some incredible from him.
It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.
നിങ്ങളുടെ ഫുഡ് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് ക്ലോസ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ ഇമ്മീഡിയറ്റ് മെയിലിൽ ബൗൺസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് താഴെ പക്ഷെ ഞാൻ ഇടയ്ക്ക് ആ ബീമിന് എൻട്രൻസ് ഇട്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കിട്ടിക്കാണുമല്ലോ.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Yo, what's up? I'm not gonna do that in the tournament. This is scrims. Alright, we are back. This map the second map the second map is Icebox. We're at agent selection, and I can't figure out whether I should call them Team Blue or Team Red because halfway through they change. This won't happen in the main tournament because they have different names. These are both from the same team basically. That's the problem. And obviously we're gonna have a camera upgrade as well, guys. So this is the last time you're gonna see me in this view. Is that how you do it? Alright, let's take a look at the picks. So we've got Team Red on the left side. Remember that, guys, Team Red. This is the lineup that we'll most likely see in the League Ego tournament as well. So Hale is on the Viper. We're going to see a Viper. We got Chili on the Jet. Daniel is going to go with the Killjoy this time.
Your agent.
Jacob is going to go on the Sage, and Galactic is going to go on the Sova. So just one duelist coming in from Team Red. But on Team Blue's side, it looks like we've got Sky Viper again. Cookie, Raze and Sage. So interesting picks there. They got two healers, Team Blue. That's something worth considering. Phoenix can heal himself as well. They've got Viper as the smoker for both sides. The only controller on both sides is Viper. So I'm looking forward to seeing some cool lineups in the game, in this match for sure. So let's head over, folks. This is gonna be fun. We got Team Red who's defending first. All right. All right, let's go take a look at the teams. It looks like it's going to be an A push from the side of Team Blue almost immediately. As you guys can see, Viper leading the charge. That's quite unusual. There's Sky who's going to open things up with a first flash. I don't think he got any feedback there. A Viper smoke going into the corner. A second Sky flash from Travis, and he goes in for the third flash as well. And there you go. That connects. Trades coming in all around here. Sage is going to go for that plant, but I think he might get taken down almost immediately as Daniel jumps down from heaven. Will get the pick on him, but Travis will go for the trade, and it's down to just the last player who gets taken down as well through a wall bang. So Jet here picking off Travis, who was in nest on the Sky, and an easy defuse and a good retake, it has to be said, from Team Red, as defenders put the first round on the board. That pistol round, how important is it, guys? How important? How many times have we seen a pistol round sort of turn things around in a match as the first round goes on the board for Team Red?
Turret out.
Team Blue is going to go in for a half buy round. It looks like at least a couple of players are opting to go for the half armor. But 3 players pretty much happy to do a full save, as it looks like they are going to go and force the issue on B side. Players have lost HP already because of this Viper wall. As you guys are aware, after the new update, it does an instant damage of 50, a DK rather, not damage. And they have entered the site, and Travis here is going to go for that heal. A wall coming in, and they're going to go for the plant as 2 picks coming in from Suhail and Jet. A trade from Cookie with that Deagle is down to just Skywalker, who's on the Sage. He only has a classic in his hands, and he's got this Viper wall, and he's going to get shot through it as the diffuse comes in. It was always going to come in from that position on. It was a 4v1, and defenders are going to go ahead and put a second round on the board. Second round on the board for Team Red. Team Blue, of course, will have a chance now to pick things up. Their economy has improved significantly, and I think they're going to go full buys all around, with the exception of Phoenix, who's going to go in with just a Spectre. And on the side of Team Red, of course, it's going to be bonus. It's going to be a bonus round here. They're going to stick with those Spectres and try to pull out another round. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive they'll want to go. And take a look at this. It looks like Killjoy on the side of A is holding a very aggressive angle. Will get a first pick and does a little bit damage as well. So well played to him, but they are down a player, down a couple of players in fact, as Sage coming in from behind on mid doing some damage here, picks up the Vandal as well. And we're looking at a 3v2 now. Defenders slightly having the edge over the defender, over the attackers, but that has been nullified now as Sova will pick off Brown Cookie and Sage will pick off Iron Maiden as well. So it's down to just Skywalker, who will get taken down. Briefly for a moment there, you thought the attackers had that one in the bag, but from that position, Sage coming in with a good flank from mid, picking up a kill, and of course upgrading to that Vandal. And Team Red winning the bonus round, 3 rounds on the board in Icebox on the side of defense. It's going to be interesting to see how Team Blue is going to respond to this one. They are going to be forced into doing another eco round, maybe just going for the half buys. Phoenix in fact does have enough money for a full buy, but the rest of the teammates may be forced to just go half armor, SMGs, or maybe just shotguns. Setups look similar once again, but look at this. It looks like Team Blue are making the push in through mid, and Jet through the Viper wall will pick up 2 kills. The second one surely was a bit of a stroke of luck for Jet. They're going to be really disappointed with that.
Joke's over. You're dead.
We're going to see the Phoenix ult coming in. Will get a pick. Gets a second pick as well. So things looking a bit better for the attackers. And that situation has drastically improved for Team Blue. They are now down to just 2 players. However, Phoenix managing to pick off both Jet and Sova. We're looking at a 2v3. This could actually be something, folks, from here. They could salvage this round. I think Sova is holding an interesting angle here for them. Killjoy in fact is boosted up on top. I'm not sure how that happened. Sage is going to come and pick off Brown Cookie. A good headshot as he was trying to throw the molly on Killjoy. Once again, it's down to just Skywalker. He will pick up a kill, go for the heal as well. It's a 1v2, but Denel is going to pick up that headshot from that angle as defenders go 4-0 up in Icebox. It's going to be a tough climb here for the attackers. In terms of their economy, they're going to be forced once again to go into a half buy, and this is really the problem if you lose too many rounds in the beginning of a match. It takes forever for your economy to rebuild, and especially when you're on the attack. On the defender side, we're going to see an operator in play. It's going to be Jet holding off this angle. This is not going to go down well if Team Red, if the attackers come in from A side, and it looks like they are, and he misses the op shot somehow. Misses the second op shot as well, so not too much damage done here for the attackers. They're going to force the issue for sure. Definitely looking to go after the...
I've got your trail.
It looks like there was a team flash there as Brown Cookie will get taken down. But nonetheless, the Ray's ultimate coming in and taking the trade. As Sky's ult is going to give more information about the whereabouts of the remaining players.
You will not kill my ally.
Jet is not having a good day with the AWP. A third shot missed as the spike going down and all defenders forced outside of the A site.
One enemy remaining.
And that is a brilliant wraparound from Cryman, who's on the Viper, picking off 3 players from the top of A site. And all of a sudden, this is looking like a round that is pretty much done for the attackers' side. The defender Killjoy has managed to detain 1 player, but I don't think Jet is going to risk it. He's going to go ahead and save that operator, which is going to come in handy. And this round is all set to go in the favor for Team PWN Blue. Searching for that pick on Jet. They didn't want him to save the AWP, but they're not going to be able to do that. Looks like Team Blue's economy has had a chance to recover here. Almost everybody having full buys. In fact, everybody does have full buys. And for the first time in this game so far, we're going to see Suhail on the side of Team Red go in for that half buy. So that's an interesting change in dynamic for this game. It looks like they are setting up, the attackers are setting up on outside of B side.
Toxins going up.
Oop, that is a failed Sky Flash. Do not make it go off. No feedback there yet. He's going to go in for the second one, and surely this is going to blind Killjoy. It looks like it hasn't, and team...
Scanning ahead.
The defenders have... Looks like they've been spotted out in the Hunter's Fury coming out from Sova. He's going to go ahead and tag at least one of them, hopefully. He did get both of them revealed, and now the attackers falling back, as you guys can see. All of them, they have lost Raze in that process. And one of the problems with doing a slow rotation is because it gives the chance for the defenders to rotate as well. And as you guys can see, Jet has already arrived and is watching from the top of Boiler. It's going to be Sage who picks off Crymare. It's a good headshot. He's going to come up for another peek. And will pick off Travis as well. And things are falling apart very quickly here for the attackers. It's down to just Skywalker. How many times are we seeing
30
this?
seconds left.
Who's going to try and make his way into A site. Of course, Viper is waiting for him. He doesn't know that yet. But surely he's going to try and prioritize the spike plant because their economy is not looking too good. Might even be quite happy to just save this Vandal at this
10
point.
seconds left.
A 5th round on the board for the defenders, and Sage managing to save his Vandal, but that's not going to do much. That's not going to help too much for the rest of the team. They're going to be forced to do an eco round nonetheless. And in hindsight, perhaps maybe he should have gone for a few more kills and just with the intention of damaging the team's economy, the opposition's economy. But for now, very much with half buys, the attackers are trying to make their way through mid. Picks coming off from both sides as Sova and Killjoy will get those kills from both sides of that tunnel. Another pick coming in as Sage here through the tube.
Player standing.
And this could be a flawless victory, but Travis is going to pick off Sova, but Daniel with the Killjoy on the Killjoy is going to come in for that trade. As Team Red will wrap up a 6th round in a row. It's not always easy to do this, to push through mid with half buy and weapons that don't necessarily do well in long range duels. So credit to the team for picking up at least one kill. I think it was Travis on the Bulldog that managed to pick up
Placing alarm bot.
one kill, but hopefully they should be back up with full buys, and yes, it does, with the exception of Sage, it does look like the rest of the team does have full buys and are making their way towards B side. That is an insane one tap from Travis, taking down Suhail, who is on the Viper, and all of a sudden this does mean that B side is open because Viper has a lot of control over the site. But let's not forget Killjoy is here as well. Killjoy is here as well. Can he stop the plant with the swarm grenade? Looks like he cannot. But Jet finally finding that form with the operator, getting 2 picks off of yellow, and all of a sudden it looks like a team, the defenders are in control of this diffuse. Sage is going to come in for that for on the attack side, but unfortunately Crime's wraparound has taken too long and he's going to have to settle with just saving his gun. That's a 7th round on the board for Team Red, as the defenders taking a firm control of this first half once again, and unless we see the attackers do something special and pull off at least 3 or 4 rounds from the remainder of this half, I'm afraid this match is leaning for sure towards the defenders who are Team PWN Red.
Take flight.
Scanning ahead. Found them.
It's a good reveal from Sova in mid, getting some information on where Sky was flashing from, but there isn't any confirmation on where the pushes are coming in. 2 picks coming in from Jet once again, so that op is finally paying off here on the A side, as the attackers are now down to just 3 players, and Phoenix ult has come out, but we're not quite clear where this is. It looks like it is on the B side. Almost getting a kill on Viper, who was at Snowman. The plant has gone down, folks. It's down to just Sage, Phoenix and Sky to somehow hold off this retake, which is surely going to come in now, as we can see. Jet here with the operator once again on yellow, gets flashed out by Phoenix, is forced to go back into a different position. Phoenix getting a good pick here, but will get traded out as he came out for the second pick. Skywalker getting a pick as well, and Sage will wrap things up with those last 2 kills as Sova goes down along with Skywalker. And that is something special we just witnessed from Sage. Phoenix getting an interesting pick here and was bold enough to come out for the second, but Sage going in for those last 3 kills. It was almost perfect on that retake. It's an 8th round on the board here for Team Red, and they're looking in a strong position. In terms of their ultimates, it looks like Sage does have that revive, and so does the Killjoy, who has a lockdown, and not to mention Viper on the side of Team Blue has his ultimate ready as well.
Toxins going up.
Can't see my face. Reasonable investments on the side of attackers as they make their way towards the A site. Pretty much everyone except Raze does have a gun and full armor on them, as Crimer will pick up a kill and activate his ult and go for the plant. Brown Cookie does go down, unfortunately. That was an aggressive peek from him towards CT, and they continue to push towards CT instead of just holding inside, and this could be costly here for them, as they are down to just their last player, who is unfortunately detained in the lockdown. So that was an interesting round here, and that it was a bit too easy really for the defenders to come in and pick off those easy picks that were being offered at screens on A side, and perhaps the team needs to play more for post plant positions, especially given that the Viper ultimate was in play. But I think it was the lockdown from the opposition Killjoy that really changed the dynamic of that round, and that round once again going towards Team Red, as the defenders now looking at 9-1. Strong start and strong finish hopefully to this half as we get into round number 11. feedback from Killjoy Turret almost immediately on his side, indicating some presence there, as Suhail will go ahead and pick off the kill on B side, as he has a view of the spike, it looks like, and unless they've picked that spike up, this could be trouble for the attackers. It looks like they have picked up the spike for now. Skywalker will go for the revive on Brown Cookie, and this is going to be helpful, surely bringing the equation back to a 4v4. This next pick is going to be crucial, and it's going to go in the way of the defenders. It's going to be Soba who picks off Travis in mid, and what that also means is that the spike is in plain sight of the defenders. Crimea here is contemplating going and picking up that spike. I think they may just allow it.
I have the spike.
Down to a 2v4 here.
30 seconds left.
Able to walk into the tube without Sova noticing. This could be dangerous for Viper on the defender side. He's looking in a different direction, and Crimea could possibly catch him off guard here. With just 14 seconds to go, I don't think there's enough time for a plant here. He's going to force the issue and give a whole lot of audio cues to Viper, who's just below him. Can he stop the plant? I'm not sure if he can.
Last player standing. Spike
And
down
he
B.
just about stops the plant, and that's going to be the round for the defenders. 10-1, folks. Let's take a look at this. Crimea pretty much had it in the bag, and maybe if he just continued walking on to B side, that would have been the round for them. But of course, Suhail with excellent presence of mind to just back up all the way, get an angle, and go for that headshot. What's up, babe? He's muted from there, so I just did that. Alright, so we're down now to our last round of the first half. 10-1. One-sided. Yeah, I would say it's a bit one-sided. Viper here holding an interesting angle. I want to see how this plays out. Ooh, that could have ended badly for either one of those guys here. Travis just jiggle picking him, and Skywalker here will go out. Viper falling for that bait from Sky, and the attackers getting a pick off on B side, but meanwhile they have lost a couple of players, it looks like, in mid and on A. We're down to a 3v4 for the attackers. Let's take a look at the ultimate situation. We do have a Jet ult and a Sova ult on the side of the defenders, and Jet once again with this operator is going to go ahead and hold a very, very useful angle on B side, as Sage makes the peek and he will get picked off, and Sky has somehow managed to make his way across yellow.
30 seconds left.
Oh, the timing on that peak.
One enemy remaining.
It's down to just Travis, who is holding yellow. He's going to challenge the AWPer. The Hunter's Fury coming in, and there's a wraparound as well that he needs to be worried about. And they ruthlessly hunted him down in that situation. It was a good attempt from the attackers. I think they got a couple of useful picks, but in the end, the rotation from Jet coming in from Snowman and just taking care of the enemies entering from that site. 11-1. It's not a scoreline we see every day, folks, and it's not something that we want to be on the wrong side of. But that is what Team Blue is currently facing. The good news for them, however, is that they're on defense, and hopefully will be able to pull back enough rounds to make a match out of this second map. In terms of the setup, it looks like just two players on A site, and there's nobody on B, interestingly. There's a couple of players on Boiler.
Revealing area. Found them.
And it looks like it's going to be a mid to B push. Take a look at this from Team Red. And this may just backfire on Team Blue because they left B side pretty much unattended. A whole bunch of players definitely getting blinded by that Sky blind as he comes in from Snowman. A second blind going in. I'm not sure if it made contact with anybody. The spike has gone down, folks, and the post-plant positions are looking strong for Team Red. As you guys can see, Team Blue trying to rally themselves. The first swarm grenade is going to come off as Sensden will pick off Iron Maiden. This is looking like a good defense here for this team.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
It's going to be down to just Skywalker and the Viper here, and he gets spotted out. Can he get the headshot on? Even if he does, Suhail had the presence of mind to throw a molly on the spike, and even if he had more time than that, I don't think he would have been able to secure that defuse. We have to mention Sage here. It was a good performance. He absolutely rushed in towards the B yellow and the B main entrance to take off 4 picks in pistol round, but unfortunately there was not enough time, and that round has gone towards Team Red as well. 12-1. We're looking at match point. Surely in terms of buys, both teams are going to be forcing absolutely everything they can, and just as you'd expect, full buys coming in from almost both teams or whatever they can afford. Travis unfortunately does not have a gun in his hands, and it looks like a defender's side rush out from mid. Ooh, that was a good attempt from Cookie and Skywalker, but failing to secure a pick, unfortunately. Crymare here with the Marshal trying his best. It's down to just the last player is going to be Crymare with that Marshal. Is going to get pushed now, and that will be the match. I'm going to show you that once more, folks, but this has been an absolutely dominant performance from Team Red coming in on Icebox, and that's going to be map number 2 in the bag for Team.
That was harsh.
That's going to be map number 2 in the bag as well for Team Red. That was a good performance from them. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I mainly did this stream, guys, because I wanted to test my new equipment and stuff. So if you guys had any feedback, just let me know in the comments down below. Okay, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About It's all about humanity.